I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Anyways, just an update on the past 6 months. I haven't really kept up with the videos, but my intention is to keep up with them for 2018. So hopefully we'll stick with that. The videos are mostly just for me anyways, to kind of look back on and see where I came from, see what my goals were, just to kind of keep me in remembrance of what I need to be doing and how I need to be living. I am now approximately 275 pounds. So over the past 6-ish months, I've lost about 35 pounds. Now, with the holidays and everything, Thanksgiving, Christmas, I gained and lost for about 2 months, which I kind of knew was going to happen and I had sort of planned on, so I wasn't really that worried about it happening. Now, over the past 6 months, we've just been focusing on eating healthy, eating as much natural food as possible, as little processed food as we could. We also slowly weaned ourselves off of having sugar in our coffees in the morning, things like that. I wasn't as strict as I could have been. I could have lost a lot more weight in 6 months, but I'm not stressing it. In the past, I would have stressed it. In the past, I felt like I was on some sort of timetable, and if I didn't lose enough weight, I wasn't going to be acceptable. I felt like, I was just really lonely, and I felt like if I lost enough weight, maybe somebody would find me, somebody would love me, I wouldn't be alone anymore. And well, needless to say, that all happened without me losing the weight, and I'm married to my wonderful husband, and it'll have been 1 year since we got married in less than a month. Actually, it's at the end of this month. January 28th is our first anniversary. So, that kind of changed my whole mindset on losing weight, because my husband loves me, he encourages me, he adores me, he takes care of me, and he's not worried about my weight. He does encourage me to lose weight, to get healthy, but not just because he's worried about how I look aesthetically. I mean, I was 308 pounds when he married me. He knew what he was getting into, so it can only go up from here physically and appearance-wise. It has been the biggest encouragement in me getting healthy and me losing weight, because he's so helpful. He sticks with whatever we're eating, he doesn't complain, doesn't try to cheat. He encourages me to do better. When I'm not feeling up to it in the mornings, he'll encourage me to get out the door and go to the gym. When he's not feeling up to it in the mornings, I'll encourage him to get out the door and go to the gym. So it's just a really great relationship, and it's really encouraged my weight loss a lot. Currently, we're just focusing on healthier foods, more natural foods, more fruits and vegetables, and good, healthy meats. So mostly like chicken, beef, a little bit of pork, but it's not really my favorite anyways. I do like bacon though. Stuff like that. And lots of vegetables, lots of fruit, some whole grains like brown rice, barley, steel cut oats. So we just focus on eating as whole food as possible, as natural as possible. As far as exercise, we are trying to be real faithful with going at least every other day. So usually about 3 times a week, maybe more, maybe less. I have been on a few days when we didn't make it out the door in the morning, because sometimes you just don't want to wake up at 5 a.m. It happens. But on the days that we don't make it out the door, I have been either going for like a 2-mile walk, or the other day I went up to the levee just down the street from where we live and just jogged up and down the stairs for like 45 minutes. And that was a really good exercise. So you don't have to have a big fancy gym to go to. So at the beginning of the year, for 8 days, we had decided to attempt the ketogenic diet. because I had heard so much about it. Basically, all of my friends, and I literally mean like almost all of my friends right now that have any weight to lose or any health problems, are doing the ketogenic diet. So I guess it's I guess it's the next great big diet trend thing. Anyways, me personally, when I'm interested in doing something, I go head over heels into research. So I read all the research I could find. I watched all the videos. I looked up how to avoid the ketogenic flu. So going into it, I knew like everybody's opinion on everything, the latest science, all of that. I had researched it all. So we kept to that pretty strict for 8 days. I tested our urine, and we did have excess ketones in our urine. And now, of course, I know that doesn't directly have anything to do with the amount that I have in my bloodstream. I just know that it's excess that I have urinated out. But it's a sign that there's ketone bodies, in my body. So we had both tested high at the end of the 8 days and everything. So all things considered, it was going well, but I just overall decided it wasn't for me personally. Now, my husband, he really enjoyed it. He liked it a lot. He didn't want to quit it, actually. But when I had talked to him and told him that I wanted to, that I didn't feel comfortable doing it anymore, he decided to stick with what I was eating rather than complicate things. I had offered to keep on cooking for him that way and just kind of modify things between us, but he wanted to stick with eating what I was eating. So, well, there was a couple of reasons that it personally wasn't for me. One was the entire 8 days, over a week, I had migraines all day, every day. And I know everybody's going to say, oh, well, that's the keto flu and you can get through it. And I mean, I'm sure I probably could have weathered the storm and gotten through it. I had read so much about how, if you just take enough electrolytes, make sure you're getting enough sodium, that you won't get those migraines. But I mean, I was taking supplements. I was making sure we got enough sodium. I was drinking plenty of water, all of that. And I still just could not get rid of the migraines. And they were just killing my mood totally. Also, another big reason why I just didn't like it was at first, of course I loved eating bacon. I had bacon with everything, I love bacon. So, I mean, who can argue with that? But after about the first 3 days, I just was feeling queasy from eating so much, fat. And don't get me wrong, I know everybody's going to say, well, you were probably just going totally off the deep end with it. But I really wasn't. Our meals still had healthy vegetables, low-carb vegetables. I made up a few low-carb recipes that I had researched and stuff for like cloud bread and things like that. So I wasn't just dousing everything in oils and butter and eating bacon on top of everything. I was not doing that. But despite all of that, I was still feeling like very queasy. I wasn't enjoying the meals as much. I just felt all the time. Like I just didn't feel good about it. I didn't feel comfortable continuing it. I wasn't enjoying planning the meals. I wasn't enjoying or getting excited about, the eating plan and stuff. Like I could do it, but it wasn't for me. I like vegetables. I like apples and oranges and bananas. We don't typically eat a lot of processed foods anyway, so that's not what it was about. I mean, I'm not going out and buying frozen pizzas or anything now that we're not doing it. We're still eating very moderate carbohydrates, healthy vegetables, some brown rice, some whole grains. But just overall, the ketogenic diet was not for me. Now, I have seen people have amazing success on that. I mean, one of my pastors even had lost like 35 pounds in 2 months or whatever. I know people have gotten off of, just different drugs, that they were taking for body pain and stuff because of that. So, I mean, I don't doubt that it's very good for some people. Just me personally, not my thing. So anyways, now we're just currently eating whole foods, whole grains, vegetables, meats, fruits, moderation in all things. We'll still have a treat occasionally, but I just try and keep in mind the long-term health effects and stuff of what we eat. So staying away from sugar as much as we possibly can. Like I've watched way too many documentaries about added sugar. So anything that has sugar in it, any added sugar, is not for us. So that is one thing that we are definitely staying away from as much as possible is sugar. As far as my future goals, my ultimate goal for 2018, as far as weight, is I would very much like to get under 200 pounds. So right now I'm about 275. I started at around 308 or 310. So I would like to be under 200 by the end of the year. Now that would only be a weight loss of about 75 pounds. So it's totally doable, totally doable. I'm not going to stress about it if I don't get there, as long as I keep going down and I feel healthier. But ultimately, my goal for the year is to lose 75 pounds. I would like to keep exercising regularly, like at least every other day during the week. Try and be more active, maybe plan more trips to the park or just walk outside more. You know, get outside, do something, be productive. Personally, my big goal outside of exercise and weight loss for 2018 is to develop more self-control. I think self-control overall is a big character quality. And unless you have self-control in all areas of your life, it's not going to be easy for you to stay in an unnatural state in one area of your life. By that, I mean, if you're not a self-controlled person in your character, if you're not a self-controlled person in your emotions, if you're not a self-controlled person in other areas of your life, you're going to find it very difficult to be self-controlled in your eating. So overall, I just want to rein in myself emotionally, because I know I can get very upset very quick. I can get irritated about things that I really shouldn't be irritated about. I can lash out at my husband over dumb stuff. I don't want to put that on my husband. I don't want to put that on my friends. And I definitely, when I have children, I don't want to be the kind of person that just reacts emotionally ridiculously quick. And one of my big goals in losing weight and getting healthy was to be able to be a mother, to be able to have children. So I don't want to just get healthy so that I can have children. I also want to mentally and emotionally be more healthy when I have children, so that I can be the kind of mother that I need to be, that I can be the kind of wife that I should be. So that's my big personal and emotional goal for the year, is just to be steadfast and to be emotionally controlled and to have self-control in all areas of my life. So I think that that'll be a big aid, not only in my relationships with other people, but also in my weight loss goals and in my health goals. Anyways, if you have an interest in what I'm doing, if you have an interest in how I'm doing it, feel free to add me, subscribe, message me your comments. You can post down below if you have any questions, if you have any suggestions for maybe what I should talk about, maybe what my next video should be about. Overall, this video blog is for me personally, but I'm also totally open to making friends along the way. I'm totally open to being an encouragement if I'm capable of being an encouragement, because I know one of the big things that has helped me in what I'm doing is reading blogs, looking at YouTube videos from people who are doing the same thing that I'm doing, or from people that are already a success at what I want to do. So that's helped me a lot. So I hope these videos will help you as well if you're watching these. And if they do, just let me know in a comment down below. So y'all have a great day.